Hi everybody and welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion. So, I was reading one of the newspapers this morning, which I bought, which paper have I bought? The Sun on Sunday. Can't remember which one it was. So rarely buy a newspaper nowadays. And I saw two articles which I thought were quite interesting, worth talking about. Now the first one is about Ed Miliband. And in the paper, what they're basically saying, that Ed Miliband is thinking about trying to oust Keir Starmer. Now, I'm not exactly the best fan of Keir Starmer, but I despise Ed Miliband even more. And a lot of people say, well, what do you dislike Ed Miliband? Well, he's a person that pushed diesel, saying it's going to be the next big thing, so environmentally friendly, which it never really was when Labour were last in power. And this is the same guy that said he was going to reduce our energy bills by setting up GB Energy. And what's he done? He's pushed the energy bills straight up. Done nothing other than that in reality. And it goes on to say, and I'll actually read this out, but the net zero minister, dubbed Red Ed, has had a spectacular falling out with his ex-best pal, the Prime Minister. Senior Labour sources say he is on manoeuvres and plotting to destabilise Sir Keir as the Labour civil war deepens. Do you really need to try and destabilise Keir Starmer? I don't think so. I think Keir Starmer's good enough at doing that himself with some of the people he puts in his cabinet. It comes just a week before the Prime Minister addresses his troops in a make or break party conference. I'm sure that'll be exciting. You know, considering last time when he was talking about all the sausages and everything. I know that's a bit of a cheap dig. A senior government source said everyone thinks Ed is plotting. Keir being so loyal to Ed, now at the first moment the operation is creaking, Ed is manoeuvring against him. Now that sounds like a politician, to be honest. Politicians don't tend to like to stay on a sinking ship. Just look at the ones of the Conservatives that are going over to reform to make sure that they keep their seat at the next election, even though the next election isn't for 4 years? Okay, treacherous scumbags, to be honest. And I say that's a Conservative voter. Red Ed had a dust up when the PM tried to move him to Housing Secretary, and Housing Secretary. He was Labour leader from 2010 to 2015. A source close to Ed said this is nonsense. In my opinion, I actually would believe a lot of that. Apart from it coming from the Sun newspaper, which, how much can you believe in the newspapers nowadays? I wouldn't be surprised. No politician really nowadays can be trusted. They will all turn their back at the end of the day. And this is a story that's been going on for a long time. And normally you'll find when there's a lot of talk about it, it's normally true. But if this is true, I would actually fear for the Labour Party, because he's so far to the left. And if you think about it realistically, if you want to win an election, you don't want Ed Miliband in charge, because you want somebody who's going to take you more to the centre, not somebody right over to the left. How did you do with Jeremy Corbyn? Lost, 2, 3 elections with him? Went straight to the left. So, my view is, being a Conservative voter, I hope Ed Miliband does do it and takes over, because I know he's going to be an absolute disaster. He's going to be completely useless, and he's going to lose the next election, which means it's either going to be the Conservatives or Reform that wins the next election. So let us know what you think. Do you think there's much in this? And if so, do you reckon Red Ed should go for it? And if he does, has he got much chance of actually getting rid of incompetent Keir? So let us know in the comments down below. Obviously, as I always say, if you are new to the channel, if you could please subscribe or give us a follow, I would appreciate it. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again a bit later.